to Sunday School. I'm Mrs. Laura, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. Are you guys ready for a fun time? I am. Let's go. Welcome back. Let's worship. Hi kids, I'm Mrs. Laura here, and I am so excited to share with you our story today. Our Bible story comes from the book of Ruth, which is found in the Old Testament, and this is an amazing story of how God provides. So as I share the story, I want you to think about ways that the characters need something and the way that God provides for it. So our story begins with Naomi. and Naomi is married to Elimelech. And they have 2 sons, and they live in Bethlehem. And one day they decide that they are going to move from Bethlehem to Moab. So off they go. And in Moab, Naomi's sons get married to 2 Moabite women. And the Moabite women that they get married to are Ruth and Orpah. And they're there, they're living as a family, and tragically, Elimelech dies. And then another tragedy happens, and Ruth and Orpah's husbands and Naomi's sons, they die too. So now we have Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah. And as they are living there, Naomi decides that she's going to go back to Bethlehem where she's from. So off she goes, and Orpah and Ruth follow. And on the way there, Naomi tells the girls, you should go back and live in Moab with your family. That's where your mothers are. That's where you're from. You should go there. So Orpah decides to go back to Moab. So she goes in Moab and she lives back with her family. Ruth decides that Naomi is her family. So most of Naomi's family died, and so did Ruth's family, but Ruth decides that she's going to stay with Naomi and be a family. And what she tells her is, where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people. So off they go back to Bethlehem. And when they are in Bethlehem, some things to note during this time is that men or husbands were really important in the family to take care of the women and to provide food and to provide safety and security. But both Naomi and Ruth did not have that. So that's something to keep in mind as we continue with our story. So as they are living in Bethlehem, they realize that they need food. And one way that they are able to get food is from a man who has a field named Boaz. And he is a very generous man, and he allows for women without husbands or poor people that don't have enough to eat, he allows them to come to his field and pick up the grain that his workers have dropped. So as his workers are working in the field, anything that they drop on the floor, he allows for other people to pick them up that may not have food. So this is something that Ruth does. Every day she goes to Boaz's field, she picks up grain, she brings it back to Naomi, and she's able to make food with the grain that she picks up. So she does this every day. She goes to the field and then goes back to Naomi. And in this time, there is an opportunity for Boaz to marry Ruth. And there's a lot of laws and a lot of family things that have to happen for this for them to get married. But they eventually do. And Ruth now has a husband in Boaz. And this is a very beautiful story of the way God brought Boaz and Ruth together. But like I shared at the beginning, I wanted you to think about ways that our characters have needed something and the way that God provides. So before we get into our things to think about, I want to share one quick fact or very cool part about the marriage of Ruth and Boaz. So Ruth and Boaz, they get married, and then Ruth has a son named Obed. And Obed is the father of Jesse. And Jesse becomes the father of David. And that is the King David that we read about in the Old Testament. Isn't that neat? And from King David, we get Jesus, because the Old Testament promises that Jesus, the coming Messiah, will be from the line of David. And Ruth was a part of being in that lineage. So that's just an amazing fact that we have about Ruth. Okay, so let's talk about ways that God provided for some of our characters in this story. First, I want to go back to Naomi. Now, Naomi, she lost her family at the beginning. And what did God provide for her? A family. She provided a family with Ruth and eventually provided more of a family with Boaz. Okay, let's think of another thing that our characters needed. Ruth and Naomi needed food and needed a way to get that food. And how did God provide that? Yes, he provided that with Boaz, and through Boaz's generosity, Naomi and Ruth were able to get food for themselves. And the last way that we see God provide in this story is for Ruth. So Ruth, at the beginning of the story, she lost her husband. And how did God provide a husband for her? Yes, God provided Boaz as a husband for her. I just love that we are able to see how God provided for Ruth in this story. Here are some things to think about. I know you guys did a lot of thinking already at the beginning of our story and through our story with how God provides. But what does that mean for us today? Well, there is a promise in the Bible that says God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So what I'm really encouraged by is the fact that we see in Ruth's story how God provides for her every need. And what's crazy is that there's a lot of sadness in Ruth's story. Having to deal with somebody that you love die, that is a very hard thing to go through. And she went through that when her husband died. And even Naomi went through that when her husband and her sons died. But even in the midst of that trial and that difficult time, God still was able to provide, and he used a man of God, Boaz, to provide for them. Another way we see God's provision in our own life with Ruth's story is through the gift of Jesus. So God used Ruth and Boaz to be a part of Jesus's lineage, which he promises in the Bible. And the ultimate gift that God has provided us in Ruth's story is the gift of Jesus. And as we know, Jesus is the one who came to earth, lived as a man, and died on the cross for our sin. This is the greatest way that God can provide for us. So this week, I want you to think about ways that God is currently providing for you now. There might be ways that he is already providing for you. One way is maybe the house that's over your head right now. It might be the food that's at your table every morning, lunch and dinner. It might be in your family and in your friends. I want you to think of ways that God is especially providing in the hard times. Maybe you're having a hard time in school. How is God providing for you? Is he providing joy? Is he providing fun times with your family? Maybe you are fighting a lot with your brothers or sisters, or maybe some friends. How is God still providing for you in that time? Sometimes it's not always going to be things, but it might be emotions or fruits of the Spirit that he's growing in our hearts. So this week, try to think of ways that God is providing for you, because he is ready to show you.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's stand up and worship together.
I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Yeah. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Let's sing that again. Come on. I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Yeah, yeah. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, Lord. Amen. I am pressed but not crushed, persecuted, not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. I am blessed beyond the curse, for his promise will endure, and his joy is gonna be my strength. Though the sorrow may last for the night, his joy comes in the morning. Yeah. yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. Though the sorrow may last for the night, His joy comes in the morning. Yeah. I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Yeah. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Yeah.
Hi kids! My name is Miss Cathy and I'm here to talk about our daily challenges. So every day this week you have the opportunity to participate in some challenges that if you tag us in a video, you can be featured on our upcoming Sunday school video. So here are our daily challenges. Are you ready? Monday is Memory Verse Monday. So we want you guys to memorize with us to get God's word in our heart. And so tag us in a video of you memorizing the memory verse. We want to see what you're learning. Tuesday is Tune In to Kids Corner Tuesday. We want to make sure that you guys are watching the fun Kids Corner videos that we have where there's a bunch of teaching, there's awesome activities, and there's a raffle that you can win, a raffle prize, and we will deliver it to your home. So tune in to Kids Corner every week. Wednesday is Worship Wednesday. So we want to know what you guys are listening to or how you are worshiping Jesus. So tag us in a video or a post so we know you guys are worshiping on Wednesdays. Thursday is Thankful Thursday. So what are you thankful for, kids? Tag us in something that you are thankful for, whether it's a video or a post, and we want to just know that you are thankful and have thankfulness in your heart. Friday is Fun Friday. So include us on what fun thing you are doing. Tag us in a post, show us what you're doing. We just want to know that you guys are having so much fun, whether you're at home or at school, wherever you are, tag us in what fun thing you're doing. Saturday is Silly Face Saturday. Oh, I love this day because we want to see your silly faces. Here's mine. And Sunday is Sunday School Day. So tune in at 9 or 11 a.m. for Sunday school every Sunday. We love you guys. God bless you.